Hello, my country people. Welcome back to the news. As Nigerians celebrate the 64 Independence Day, the leader of the Iru Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Ayodele, on Tuesday revealed that Nigeria has no reason to celebrate this day because the country hasn't recorded any significant achievements. Guys, this is interesting. On the 1st October 1960, Nigeria got its independence. And in an independence message to Nigerians, Primate Ayodele stated that he has not seen anything special in Nigeria's 64th independence celebration because the country was still far behind in terms of development, human capital, leadership, to mention but a few. The prophet described Nigeria's democracy as a failure, explaining that independence is more like a bondage for the people and the country is gradually moving into a hopeless state because of the kind of people that have emerged as the country's leaders. So Primate Ayodele have noticed that he's quite disappointed, because at this point there is no serious improvement in terms of what the government needs to do, in terms of human capital. Everything is still on standstill. In terms of the judiciary, that one is something else. We are still seeing things that we cannot be proud of despite being 64 years old. Our democracy has been destroyed. What we have is a democracy of failure at this point. What we have is a democracy of starvation. What we have is a democracy of bondage, difficulty. Nigerians have voted for leaders with no conscience. We have been praying, but it doesn't look like this country will get better. While speaking on the current administration, Primate Ayodele made it known that the government is confused and has no fear of God. He also called on the government to embark on 7 things to restore hope to the people. He noted that the government should do these things, which includes stable electricity, educational reforms, restructuring, judicial reforms, economic reforms, security and total overhauling of our petroleum industry, of our petroleum ministry to bring back hope. Explaining further, Primate Ayodele noted that a serious government leading a country that is 64 years old will not allow mediocrity and would let go of any unserious minister or appointee. He frowned at the EFCC's chairman for failing to arrest the former governor of Kogi State, Ayodele, but was quick to go after ordinary Nigerians that have committed lesser offences. A serious government leading a nation that is 64 years old would sack people in the oil sector, including the NNPC, GMD, Malikari, the Minister of the Petroleum, and others in the sector. We have ministers that are not performing. The president should remove these leaders. For months, the EFCC have been tailing Ayodele, all to no avail. But if it is an ordinary Nigerian, he or she would have been arrested and paraded. It appears the EFCC chairman does not know his job too. The president should find something to do. If not, we will keep encouraging corruption. In the same vein, Primate Ayodele blasted the National Assembly for not working towards achieving success in the country. That the National Assembly has also failed. That they are just going there to relax. President Tinubu should improve and enhance workers' welfare. And that our sectors are not doing well, including communications. We don't have anything to celebrate at 64. It's a period to evaluate what we have done so far. It's a time of sober reflection. Indeed, it's a time of sober reflection, my country people. This day should be a day of sober reflection for every Nigerian, especially the leaders whose actions and inactions have contributed to the stagnation and the glaring failures we are witnessing at present. At this point, everybody needs to check themselves. Yes, both the high and mighty and the low, everybody should check themselves. Because when we want to compare ourselves to other countries that gained independence around the same time we gained our own, you will see that Nigeria is still way backwards than other countries. They've gone ahead. They've left us behind. And at this point, we need to build a new and productive Nigeria. Because as Nigeria celebrates 64, not everybody is happy. Oh. There is hunger in the land. A bag of rice is not affordable anymore. At 64, a fertile land has failed in agriculture because of insecurity. I mean, good and fine, we have voted for the wrong choice. And of course, the result of that will be wrong. It is a 64 years of sadness without achievement and failure. Furthermore, Primate Ayodele expressed disappointment in the religious sector, especially Christian leaders, whom are fond of hiding the true situation of things with all is well. The prophet noted that all pastors have been compromised and what they do now is fashion. That the religious sector has failed. All pastors has failed. They've been compromised. All they are doing is fashion parade. And they will go and tell their people all is well, all is well. But all is not well. All is not really well. Nigerians need to wake up. We need to wake up. I believe that a new Nigeria is possible. A new Nigeria is possible, but we need to wake up and push ourselves because we are really lagging behind. We are. But at some point, I mean, we've gotten to this point because, to this stage because of our leaders. We don't have good leaders. We don't have good leaders. God has blessed this country with natural resources, with material resources, with human resources. We have everything in this country. We have everything. Everything to grow this country, everything to develop this country. But all those things are being embezzled by some few set of cabals. By some few set of cabals. They are being embezzled. Things that is meant to be used for the betterment of the citizens under the guise of federalism, that we practice democracy and all of that, they are being embezzled by a few number of persons. Look at us, Nigeria as a oil producing nation. Look at how much we buy for in our own country compared to other countries. Look at our minimum wage. I mean, we ought to have a living wage, but we are still talking about minimum wage. Are we going backwards or we are going forward? It's a day of sober reflection. I'm dropping you guys. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section.